What's up, everyone? I'm going to explain how gyms actually evaluate certifications when hiring. So if you want to become a personal trainer, for example, let's see what we have for different options that pop up. A lot, right? Everyone kind of knows NCCA, ACE Fitness, ISSA, NASM, so many different options for becoming a personal trainer. So does it really matter which one you get? Well, I have to say that at face value, while certification is important, what gyms are looking for more in their practical hiring criteria is not so much what it is you have or from where you have it, but what level of certification you have. For example, larger chains like LA Fitness, for example, if you want to become a personal trainer, they typically require accreditation. That means your certification has to come from a program that meets quality standards and covers essential topics, things like client assessments and program science, right? So if you want to apply here, you have to fill in basic information, and then you'll go looking for areas where you want to work and submit that certification requirement. Now, almost all of the major options like NCCA, ACSM, ISSA, NASM, ACE, these are all widely recognized. They do have opportunities for accreditation from the National Commission for Certifying Agencies. Now, what you'll see when you look at right here, this is what you're looking for, the NCCA accreditation. That is the National Commission for Certifying Agencies. So that is what matters most, particularly for any chains like Anytime Fitness or LA Fitness, right? That's a pretty simple thing to check when you are signing up with a website to be like, oh, do they have that? Yes? Okay. From there, popularity matters, sure, but hiring managers will typically prioritize that accreditation over a brand. So even if it is a lesser known brand through which you obtain your certification, as long as it has that accreditation, that's going to be fine. Lifetime Fitness, Gold's Gym, they kind of explicitly require that trainers hold certifications from a list of recognized programs. So you can see here, they tell you whether you want to do company owned or franchise owned. So let's just go pursue that franchise owned, and you'll see what the open positions are, and you'll see what the perks are. And from here, you see that they're looking for a personal trainer in Monterey. So if that's what I'm looking into, I'm going to click on that. And basic update or basic information to start that process is pretty simple. It shows you here what the requirements are. National fitness certification from an accredited equivalent, or from these three. So ISSA, NASM, and ACE are the three that are acceptable, kind of that higher tier from a predefined list of recognized programs, or an accredited equivalent. Now, when you go to apply to these companies, they're going to start with that accreditation. They're going to start with where you got your certification. They're also going to look for the CPR AED certification, which is pretty much required for all of them. They're going to make sure that you are active and you didn't just, let's say, get that certification 4 years ago and then let it lapse and never came back, right? And then some of them might look for relevant specialization and experience. And that's why companies like ISSA have so many different bundles here. So I can start with just a certified personal trainer, right? It's going to be cheaper at face value. It's going to give me that accredited exam and the job guarantee. But that's it. I can add extra certifications and specializations to really bolster what it is I'm bringing to the table as a trainer. That way I'm qualified up front when I apply for a job, not just as a trainer for individual sessions, but for group sessions, maybe for injury recovery, for yoga. And a lot of gyms today are looking for that type of experience. Even if you've never taught those classes and you're just starting out and you get all of those certifications at once, certification is just the baseline requirement. Gyms want to assess how well your qualifications align with their service model, with their values. So they're going to look at your communication skills. They're going to see whether you have good professionalism and that desire to really meet what they hold important with their gym culture. So if I'm going with this example here, ISSA, when I complete all of those certifications, I have the opportunity to use this Career Connect function. Now, you can position yourself effectively through multiple certifications beyond just the practical hiring criteria. And Career Connect gives you that job guarantee. It is a guarantee that if you don't get a job within a certain time frame after completing your certification and applying to at least 3 with this opportunity, they give you your money back. And that's because this is a guarantee connected with names like LA Fitness, Anytime Fitness. These are gyms that are already looking for people, and they want people who have completed, you can see here, over 10,000 gym partners. They have completed that certification. They can meet that practical hiring criteria and position themselves well when faced with hiring decisions. So organizations like 24 Hour Fitness, they might actually reach out to ISSA and be like, hey, we have a job opening in Monterey and we need a personal trainer. Do you have someone? You might be someone who wants to work at Equinox, right? And you get that glute certification as part of it and group training so that you can really work on running classes or spinning classes that you teach. And then you can apply for those jobs even before you have completed your exam, letting them know that you're on point to complete your exam, let's say in 3 weeks. And they might say, okay, great. Once you have completed it, let us know. We want someone to start immediately. They might say, get back to us as soon as you've completed it and we'll look everything over. But either way, being able to reach out through these types of platforms can actually help gyms better evaluate your certifications because it's coming from within that platform. That facilitates a faster ability for those companies to check that you have met that baseline requirement, you have an active status, you have proof of certification, you have the valid CPR AED certification. So all of that can be very useful in facilitating better alignment with different hiring policies. So there are a lot that things gyms will look at, especially larger chains, but the most important is that baseline accreditation. They're going to look at, industry reputation from the well-known programs that you picked. As I said, places like Gold's Gym and Lifetime Fitness explicitly require that you hold a certification from these approved organizations. These are their baseline. This is where they're going to start. And then from there, obviously, that proof of certification, you have actually completed your test, you do have active status, and maybe you have multiple certifications that you got, all of which complement one another and all of which align better with that particular gym and what they're looking for.